Well, welcome back to Simple Truth, where we bring forth some simple truths out of the Bible. And we're in the story of David. We've been there for a very, very long time. We're in 1 Samuel. We're in chapter 24. And we read verse 10 last week. I want to read that again, right? And then I want to move on into verse 11, right? Verse 10 says, hopefully, the following, if I could find it. Behold, this day your eyes have seen how the Lord gave you today into my hand in the cave. And some told me to kill you, but I spared you. I said, I will not put a hand against my Lord, for he is the Lord's anointed. See, my father, see the corner of your robe in my hand. For the fact that I cut off the corner of your robe and did not kill you, you may know and see that there is no wrong or treason in my hands. I have not sinned against you, though you hunt my life and take it. You know, a lot of times we are not given the opportunity to see, right, how people have shown us grace or forgiveness or mercy or have taken care of us, right? A lot of times we just are oblivious when we think about how other people may treat us or may have treated us. And in this case, David has that proof. Hey, Saul, here's the proof that you need, that I could have done this, but I didn't. Now, nobody really likes to hear that, right? Like, hey, I could have had your job, but I told them, no, I wasn't going to do this to you. Or, hey, I could have done this to you, but I chose not to sue you, right? We never see that. A lot of times when people get in car accidents or, something happens on your property, you could sue them. You could go after insurance money because you got hurt on their property, but you don't. Well, the other person's never probably going to see that or even hear about it. No tangible evidence, right? If they can even see you walking around on crutches and they'd be like, hey, well, what happened? Well, when I fell on your property the other day, I broke an ankle. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Is there anything that we can do for you, right? The thought that they could have sued, the thought that they could have taken stuff from us, it doesn't always enter our mind. Now, we live in a world today where it does enter our minds a lot more than probably 20, 30, 40 years ago. But if we don't have the tangible evidence, right, are we always able to see that there's mercy and grace all around us, right? That sometimes people have us dead to rights, but God uses them in such a way that they don't do that, right? They don't say what they could have said. They don't do what they could have done, right? In a lot of cases, they don't even allow themselves to think like they could. I'm not going to think about that. I'm not going to go down that road. But we do see a lot of times the opposite, right? Sometimes when the police officer pulls us over, right, and he tells us, hey, you were doing, 65 and a 40, we know that we deserve a ticket. And sometimes God, right, will remind us of this principle because the police officer is listen, could you please slow down? Have a good day, but just slow down, please. Right? They let us off. There's tangible evidence that you deserve this, but I'm letting you off the hook, right? That's important. Are you the person that allows other people off the hook? Are you the person that people just need to get exactly what they deserve? Are you the person that has been let off the hook? And does that remind you? Does that encourage you to let other people off the hook? Right? Are we always rationalizing why we should take what is ours? David was anointed the next king. He could have taken it, could have absolutely rationalized, hey, God handed these into my hands, and I'm just going to take it. Do you do that? Have you ever been there at work? Have you taken what was been put into your hands, not necessarily asking God whether you should take it? You just assumed it was a godly thing. It's funny. As we walk around, occasionally people will find some money or they'll find something on the ground. We always assume that it's a blessing. Hey, God gave this to us. Listen, this is great. This is a great day. God gave it to us. What if God didn't? What if he allowed you to find it so you could give it back to the person, right, that lost it? What if the whole idea was to help that person, not help yourself? Have you ever helped your boss keep his job? You ever helped your spouse be a better spouse, your children be better children? Have you ever helped your pastor be a better pastor? Have you ever helped friends, right? even though you know how to do the job better, right? You would be better for it. God might have even told you that, hey, someday you're going to have this job. Have you ever helped somebody do their job better? Let them off the hook for what they deserved and actually encourage them to be better. Think about that right now as we get ready for another simple truth, and we'll see you next time.